Hey guys, it's Joe, the Joe Madden Sports Podcast here, joined by Noor this afternoon from the Parlay. Noor, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Joe. I've been meaning to get on. I love your Twitter personality. I love your takes and everything. And you've got just the best squad every single day. I'm like, how do you know these people?
You know what? This industry is such a small and fantastic group of people. I'm just so honored to have people like yourself willing to come on and tell their story in this industry. So thank you for joining me, Noor.
Anytime. And we already talked about this too, but supporting another woman, in this industry that's been completely male dominated, you want to, help each other out. You want to be there. You want to uh put each other on a pedestal, and I love that you take the time to do that. And even yesterday your lineup was pretty much all women, which is fantastic. Just look at you.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. Got a couple more women on today after you. So empowering women, it's so important, especially like you said, this is a male-dominated industry. Nor where did you find that confidence to step in front of the camera and to talk sports?
That's a really good question because I think I'm still in the midst of finding it. It's right now I'm at a point where it's fake it till you make it. You see what goes down. But for me personally, I think I get my confidence when I see that I'm doing good work, when I see that it's being reciprocated and it's being appreciated by other people. Because I didn't go to school for this, I don't really have prior knowledge. This is like my first year really being on camera. I was in the studio for the first time 2 months ago, reading a teleprompter with, flashing lights and all those people in the same room with you. So it gets nerve wracking. It's still something I'm getting used to, but I think that I can't turn the other way. I've committed too far ahead now, and I'm waiting till the day that confidence becomes real. But it's on the way there because I'm surrounded by such amazing people, and I get to meet so many new amazing people just like yourself.
Absolutely. That fake it till you make it motto is so, I think a lot of us start that way. I never would have expected you to say that you're still in that kind of area of fake it till you make it because your presence on camera is phenomenal, Nor. So I think you've already made it.
I I'm gonna record this part. I'm gonna save it forever. I'll listen to it tonight, Joe. I promise. That's so sweet. Thank you so much. And that
I
honestly is the reason why I'm able to get up there and fake it. Because some part of it is true because it's been supported by amazing people like you.
Oh, that's so fantastic to hear. Now let's talk about where your passion for sports came from. Did you grow up playing sports, Nora, or did you come from a family that was highly involved in the sports?
So it's kind of interesting. I definitely grew up playing sports, all the little kids things that you did playing tag. I had a bat in my hand probably until I was 6 years old. I was always doing something with a ball and a bat and just sports in general. My family, my dad is really into he's into his own genre of sports, not what we would call sports, I think, but
Yep.
he's into like, your WWE and things like that and like cricket and everything. Cause that's just like that's kind of where he grew up. But I was into that. That was definitely my first exposure to this to the sports world and to being competitive and everything. But the older I got, the more I realized that, I love WWE, but it's kind of fake. It's a little bit scripted. So let's find your own sport. So
Yep.
I got really into soccer, and then through soccer, I got really into basketball. And yeah, I just I don't know where it really came from. I think it's a mix of everything. It's just an inner thing. It was seeing other people around me really into sports as well, but it's it got me to where I am today, and I actually kind of want to expand more of my horizon. I told you I don't know much about NHL, and I want to learn about the pucks. So I want to learn about the footballs and all those things. So I'm slowly, I think I have more ground to cover actually.
Well, I'm excited for you because getting into the NHL and getting into NFL, it's phenomenal. Great sports there. Your love originally came from soccer. What soccer league were you watching?
So I think I started off with it was the early World Cup, probably like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I was like, oh, everyone gets together, we get super patriotic about a team. And obviously Canada wasn't a part of any part of it. So I had to like pick my European sides, like
Yeah.
Spain, whatever. And that was like I was like, wow, sports, this is actually kind of really fun. And I really like the sport of soccer. And I grew up playing soccer as well. I just didn't think watching it would be as fun as playing it. But I was pleasantly surprised. And then through that, I was like, oh my God, the World Cup's over. Where do I go from here? So I found my teams. I moved on to the EPL, the the league in Europe, and my team still is a little bit Chelsea FC out there. And I think it was around the mark of maybe 2013 where I was like, I would love to go and, watch a game in London, be at Stamford Bridge. But the idea of like having to buy a ticket to first travel across the continent and then find a place to stay and then buy a ticket there as well. I was like, it's kind of easier to be a fan of a team that's, down the street or something.
Yeah,
And that's kind
exactly.
of how I found the Raptors. And since then I've been addicted. I've been hooked.
The Toronto Raptors didn't have the season I had hoped for as a Canadian basketball fan, but they still did have a good season. What are you thinking of the team right now?
I'll be honest, before last season, I didn't think we would even try out for a solid play-in spot. I thought that this is a team that might not have what it takes. And I was pleasantly wrong. I was completely wrong about the whole thing because we passed the play-in, we completely solidified ourselves in the playoff standing, and then to take Philly to 6. Granted, Harden wasn't the best, and Embiid was injured through the whole thing, but I think seeing that team do what they did when no one expected much from them, it gives me more hope for next year because we're going to have a lot more gelling happening in the offseason. You're going to see Scotty get better. You're going to see OG's in trade talks right now, so I won't really go there, but you'll see
Yeah.
Siakam get better and Freddie get better. So I think I'm excited. It'll be really fun to see what their projection will look like in the beginning of the season, because that's kind of where, you see whether or not it's a good team.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait for this next season to start. We have the NBA draft tonight. Any thoughts on who they might pick up?
The Raptors, it really could be anyone. The thing with the 33rd pick is that you're it's 33rd pick.
Yeah.
So it can be anybody at that point. You really have to wait and see what other teams go for. But they are in a good spot to get someone like Jake LaRavia, Jalen Williams, even Andrew Numbret, I want to say. And based off of that, I think because we're in such good hands with Masai and Bobby, who are kind of known to develop this kind of talent at home, I give them all the freedom in the world to do whatever they want with it. And then on the other side, there's also a Canadian who's being drafted today. So I'm kind of keeping my eyes close to that with Shaden Sharp.
Absolutely. The Raptors are so special to Canada with being our only basketball team. I can't wait to see how they do next season. I know we'll both be cheering for them. But Noor, tell me more about what you do at the Parlay and the work you're doing with FanDuel as well, FanDuel Canada.
Yeah, so I started off last summer as the parlay was kind of picking up themselves. It was we were waiting until the betting world got legalized here, so we were creating content just for that kind of promotion already.
Yeah.
And I started off just doing video hosting, so I was doing script reading on camera. That was my first time doing anything along those lines. And I even look back at my work now and I'm like, to my boss, I'm like, why did you hire me? Like, it was not good. Why would you hire someone like me? But
He
so
saw
I
your
started off.
vision. Yeah.
Sorry.
He saw your vision. He saw your potential.
Exactly. I was like, whatever you saw, I need those glasses. Let me know what it was, because looking back, I was like, "Oof, I would not have hired me." But I started off really, really just doing camera stuff once a week, and then as the parlay picked up, I was able to. They wanted me on a lot more to do more full time stuff, so I went full time last summer, just doing content producing, hosting, script writing, pretty much whatever I can get my hands on with a small company, because I am very new to this and I want to be able to contribute as much as I can and learn as much as I can on the go. And I think the best way to learn is by doing it with the right people. So I was always just like, give me whatever you can give me. Like, I'll do whatever. I was writing scripts for tennis and I kind of want to tennis match in my life. So just whatever I could do, I wanted to do it. And as the parlay grew, you were able to bring partners on such as FanDuel. And now I get to do FanDuel videos on the side as well, which is, again, just writing my scripts and hosting and giving out my picks on the season on who I think is going to win and all that money related stuff.
Yeah, you're doing a phenomenal job. What would you say your favorite part of working in this industry is?
Definitely covering a sport. Like, we get to talk about sports for a living. How crazy is that? Anytime I feel
Absolutely.
overwhelmed or I feel like, I feel down about something, or there's always that hint of imposter syndrome that's kind of just knocking at your door constantly. But when it's there, I'm just like, girl, you're covering basketball for a living. Like you're getting paid for this. So I think that's easily the best part. And I think that also is the part that makes you realize that this is a passion. And if you treat it like a passion, you won't even feel like it's a job. It's just going to feel like you're doing something that you love to do and people are liking it. So you get money for it.
Absolutely. Now, how supportive has your family been of you going into this industry? Were they shocked? One, and two, do they enjoy watching you on camera? Because I know my brother will never watch a show of mine unless he's
No.
on it, he says, because he's just being really stubborn. I have his dream job, apparently.
Of
How's your
course.
family?
He's jealous, that's why.
Yeah,
He's
he
looking
is.
out to you, you know? Just
Yeah.
watch out, he might come for it one day. For me, yeah, so I actually wanted to go into law school. I had like I went to school for criminology. I was writing my LSAT in the meantime when I was doing when I was in the middle area of being full-time for Parlay. And when Parlay reached out to me to go full-time with them, I just thought, this is an opportunity I will never get again.
Yeah.
And this is the time for me to really jump on it. And I can never, I can do, it's crazy to say, but I can do something else later on, like law or anything. Right. But I can't pass this moment up right now. So I spoke to my family and as much as they, were like all about education and things like that, they were like, this is a field that they can see me thriving in. They know I'm happy. And for them, the biggest thing is that I'm happy. They saw me, always just in the books and on laptops
Yeah.
and writing things out when I was in school. So just to be able to see me do something that I'm happy to do, that I spending my whole day doing, right? It's not just
Yeah.
me at work. When I'm at home, I'm watching all the games and going over highlights, and they're like, this is what you do in your free time. I'm like, no, I'm getting, this is my job. And
Yeah.
they love that. They think this is amazing. They still don't really know what it is exactly I'm doing. And I'll wait for them to catch on to it. But they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, we tell our, friends she does sports. And I'm like, yeah, that's good enough. It works out.
Absolutely. That is fantastic. I'm glad your family is so supportive of you in this industry because you are crushing it. I can see a very long career for you here
Oh,
in the sports betting industry with everything you have going on. I wish you all the best. I can't wait to see every single chapter unfold for you, Noor. Where can people find you on socials and everything that you're doing with the
you're
parlay?
gonna make me cry right now. I don't think I can
Don't
even
cry.
give you my clout. So I'm on Twitter as Noor Zainab. That's pretty much where I put all my work when it comes to NBA, when it comes to anything sports related. Joe, I want to thank you for being able to do all of this constantly. I was supposed to come on yesterday and I was running super late because of work, but Joe, just being the superwoman and amazing person she is, was like, no problem at all. I got you covered tomorrow. And again, I see your lineups. I see how you make it a conscious effort to elevate the platform of other women. And it goes a long way, honestly. So
Oh,
thank you
thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you, Noor. Absolute pleasure. I can't wait to have you on again. Crush it this week at the parlay. Can't wait to see what content you come out with.
Don't
Have
be
a
a
great.
stranger. I'll see you on Twitter.
I'll see you on Twitter. Thank you, Noor. You guys go give Noor a follow. Don't miss out on anything that she has coming out. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Bye, Joe. Take care.
Bye.